24-hour window prior to the trade deadline last Thursday, the Warriors made an unsuccessful bid to convince the Lakers and LeBron to consider a trade to pair him with longtime rival Stephen Curry. Sources told Adrian Wojnarowski and Ramona Shelburne the Warriors were eager to present a deal package to LA, but neither the Lakers nor James were ultimately willing to explore a potential blockbuster trade. An excerpt from Woj and Ramona story on .com reads, Buss told the Lakers had no desire to trade James, but that he would need to seek the answer on James' state of mind from his agent, Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul, sources said. Now, as an owner, Buss has operated with the mindset that she wants her star players content with the franchise and instructed her thinking on referring Warriors leadership to James' representation, sources said. Okay, Stephen A.
Yeah.
Should LeBron have wanted to team up with Steph and the Warriors?
I'd say yes, simply because Steph Curry, is the greatest shooter God ever created. And LeBron James having somebody like Steph Curry to kick the ball to would have been absolutely fantastic. Now, according to my sources, because I'm not going to just sit up there and is great and phenomenal as Woj is. I've been covering the NBA for decades, so I kind of know a few people. The story was absolutely true. It was certainly that the Warriors were looking to pursue. According to other sources, Rich Paul killed that deal. Rich Paul didn't want that to happen. That's what I'm hearing. In fairness to Rich Paul, I haven't spoken to him, haven't had time to speak to him this morning, so I don't know whether to confirm that or whatever. In fairness to Rich Paul, we want to make sure that we're clear about that. But obviously, when you think about all the things that LeBron has going on, Tinseltown would be a lot better than San Francisco. And I'm quite sure that no matter what Rich Paul may have wanted to do, for people out there to say that Rich Paul basically killed it, you have to take into consideration Rich Paul's not going to kill a damn thing that LeBron doesn't want him to kill. Mm-hmm. So if it was killed by Rich Paul, therefore it was killed by LeBron James. Having said all of that, I think that highlights an issue that we can't ignore any longer. We have to wonder how happy LeBron James is with Lakers management. And by Lakers management, I'm thinking Pelinka more than Jeannie Buss. Jeannie Buss is absolutely phenomenal. Everybody loves Jeannie. We all know this. But in the same breath, if you're LeBron James, you're looking at the team. You're wondering about what exactly is being done to position you for title contention. And you're looking at some things and seeing what y'all are lacking. And you're wondering whether or not that's an ideal situation for you in LA. In the end, to answer the question again directly, however, I would tell you, LeBron James, if there is one person on the planet he should want to play with, it would be Steph Curry, the greatest shooter God has ever created. There is nobody above Steph Curry. And LeBron James being who he is and what he brings to the table, having that brother to kick the ball to, Lord have mercy. It would have been special. It was a nice dream. It did not come true, but the Warriors did attempt to make it happen. Woj is absolutely right. It happened. It's just that it got nixed.
I beg to differ on the shooting. I saw Bill Sharman. He didn't. He might be on that.
What year was that?
50s. He was good.
Oh, the 50s.
I'm happy that LeBron vetoed this. You know what? He's bounced around a lot. He's chased championships a lot. This is good that he's going to stay in LA. The team, last year got to a conference final. He's obviously got Antonio Davis, who he brought in there and Anthony Davis, who he brought in there himself. You don't want to bail out on him. That's not the right thing to do either. To go chase another championship, to me, was not the right way to do it. Fix what's going on right now in LA. So I think he made the right move. Plus the fact he's never going to leave LA. It's his $1 billion empire. He loves Southern California. His kid goes to USC. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's not leaving LA. So I think it was a pipe dream anyway by the Warriors and probably a little act of desperation. But I'm glad LeBron said no. And it sounds like it was affirmed though. Mm-hmm. He had no interest in it. Let me give you a day to think about it. Sounds like he wanted nothing to do with it. And good for him because he's going Cleveland, Miami, Cleveland, LA. I mean, now we're going to go to Golden State to chase another championship. I didn't like it, so I'm fine with what he did. Good for him.
It made me laugh. I thought this was hysterical. This takes the concept of super team to another level, even though both of these guys are well into their NBA careers, better than a decade for Steph and, of course, 2 decades now for LeBron. I couldn't help but think for the moment, if this were to happen, whose team would it be? Mm-hmm. Right? Like that just, because of our job, that popped into my head.
Let's stop. No, it's not. Let me tell you why. it's not, it's an interesting subject, but it ain't no question.
Tell me.
You go to Golden State, there's only one man, and that's Steph Curry.
Yeah, but
Now-
Even if LeBron went there.
Correct.
Steph Curry, there's no one who would supersede Steph Curry in the Bay.
Okay. Sorry to bring this guy up, but in the context of the Warriors championships, we have heard this debate when it comes to the time that Kevin Durant spent there.
Yeah, but Kevin Durant was seen. No, that wasn't. That's not accurate.
Okay, tell me.
Kevin Durant
Give me
was
the
seen as the better player,
Copy.
but the team,
Okay.
the town was Steph.
Okay.
Steph, and I'll give you the proper comparison. I'm not talking about Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah, Jeter and him.
Hold on.
But Jeter, it was always Jeter.
100%.
Always
Stephen
Jeter.
A, I'm not trying to spread rumors or bring up strife or beef. I know it was a long time ago, but wasn't there some talk that there were some issues with how Steph was treated versus KD because it was Steph's team? Like, that's a real conversation
No.
if LeBron was there.
No, what I'm saying is that when you ask the question about whose team it would be,
Yeah.
it was always Steph's team. And it will always be Steph's team as long as he's there. You might have, I'm not questioning, like Kevin Durant was clearly the better
Right.
of the three. Kevin Durant was better than Steph
Yeah.
Curry. Kevin Durant was better than Klay Thompson. But it was Steph's team.
I got you.
That's all I'm talking about. In other words, they move as Steph moves. When you talk about the Golden State Warriors and what they prioritize making happy, it was never KD. It wouldn't be LeBron if LeBron came there. It would always be about Steph. I mean, it's so thick up in Golden State. There was a moment last year when the team needed a couple of players to make an appearance on behalf of the team. The players said, we got to get the okay from 30. Everyone understands it's Steph. They literally said, the players, the team, the owner, I'm talking the administration. We need the players to make an appearance. And the team said, we got to get the okay from 30. It's understood.
I got you. Now, those two have such a tremendous level of respect for one another.
Yes.
I do not see it
Yeah, it wouldn't
ever
have been a
being
problem.
Right.
between them. But I just thought in the way that we would then look back at history. But I agree with you, Doggy. I get it. And maybe on the one hand, there's something to be said if LeBron were to be able to win a championship with another organization in terms of his history. But I think at this point in his career, there are so many other things that play into the basketball of it all. And he is still a guy that guys want to play
Do
with.
you agree that he didn't entertain it at all?
No, I think it's something. First of all, I don't care who you are. If somebody comes to you,
gonna think.
particularly if you're still great,
Yeah.
which LeBron is, and they said, how you feel about playing with Steph? And you know it's a possibility. You have to think about that. You got to sleep on it. You can't just definitively say no.
And win a championship.
And I assure you, but again, Steph is so spectacular. If you are great,
Yeah.
you believe it automatically gives you an opportunity because he's so great. Okay. And then if LeBron is going to sit up there and dismiss this, I promise you it wasn't for basketball reasons. I promise you it was because your son's at USC. You got another son that's about to go to college. You've established yourself in Tinseltown. You got a lot of other interests that extend and expand far beyond that basketball. And that's why you do it. I promise you it wasn't because of basketball reasons
A.
that LeBron James ain't with Steph Curry.
It's not like they're asking him to go to Miami and he's got to get a cross country flight. It's a 45-minute plane ride. You can still live in LA and go up there.
It's not like that. It's not like that. When the time away from folks, because you have to be committed to this, that gets taken into consideration. Yes, you would have to go there, but you still have to take a flight there. You're not around your family as much as you like. You're not coming home after games and chilling with them and doing Taco Tuesdays and all of this other stuff. No, that stuff kind of matters to somebody like LeBron James. We understand and we respect it.
And I tell you, he would have been hurting Anthony Davis. He leaves Anthony Davis. Well, he brought Anthony Davis in there.
He doesn't owe Anthony
definitely
Davis.
short
He doesn't owe. He doesn't owe
I think he
Anthony
does.
Davis anything.
I think he
He
does.
doesn't owe Anthony Davis anything.
You're gonna
How?
do that to Anthony Davis.
Do that to Anthony Davis.
Didn't he bring him there?
Do that to Anthony Davis. Excuse me.
I wouldn't be happy with that.
Anthony Davis is a phenomenal player.
Right.
A phenomenal star. And I'm proud of him in the way that he has played this year. He deserves all the process. I expect him to be out for at least 30 games by now. And the man ain't.
Just compliment him. Come on.
But Anthony Davis, to be clear, owes LeBron. It ain't the other way around.
They
LeBron-
they both won a championship together. They joined at the hip.
But since the championship has been won together, Anthony Davis spent the next 4 years averaging 28 missed games a year. LeBron James has been in the thick of things. LeBron James, one would argue, has easily carried the Los Angeles Lakers to relevancy over the last couple of years, more so than Anthony Davis. No, he's not old.
I disagree with that.
Anthony Davis is not old anything.
I say he's old or anything. It's just
You
not the
did
right
say
thing to
he's
do.
old.
It's
You did
the
say
right
old.
thing
But
to
do you
do.
think he let LeBron down at all? And
Well, he was injured. I mean, that's a different scenario than just, hey, Anthony, we're not good enough. I see you. Have a nice time. I'm going to go play with Curry. That's a little weak. That's not weak to you. That's a little weak.
He didn't
How about
do it.
staying there? Well, thank God.
He is.
He didn't
Yeah,
do
he's
it.
good. He's doing the right thing. That's what I said. Thank
Yeah.
you, Monica.
Yeah.
Good job.
There's
You're
nothing
right.
wrong with staying in Southern California.
The other part
You
of
know
this,
what I thought about? I was like, when you flew back, I'm like, this is just what we need. The guy flies back. He's been on the West Coast for like a couple weeks and it's a blizzard. I'm like, I'm not going to hear the end of it. He's probably so mad right now. Am I
yesterday was
right?
unfortunate.
That was part of it. The biggest part is that I got sick because they had me out there freezing. I was very, very ticked off for a couple of days because I've prioritized.
you were in Vegas?
He was annoyed.
I prioritized my health. I've been in phenomenal shape. I've been feeling better than I felt in the last 30 years. And then they had me freezing outside. I was very, very.
Well, let me just
happen.
tell y'all.
Oh, it's not going to happen
I
again.
know.
Y'all
It
were
will
cute,
not
though.
happen
Many
again.
people apologize to us.
You know?
I mean, I was the one tremor.
Y'all didn't check the weather? What's wrong with y'all? I
Yeah,
knew it was going to be cold in Vegas.
the weather was
You can't
great.
trust them folks?
Well, I was there.
You
I mean, I love our
the day we
team,
were
but
freezing.
come on now. You
I was there the following day. It was perfect.
No, Thursday.
It was cold.
So,
Stephen A.
I've been
How
sick
cold
since
were we?
Thursday. Molly said I felt sympathetic, but we can move on.
Right.
But Molly was out there shivering.
I
was shivering.
just
I
have
saw
to
you
say
move.
one thing before we get to that. We get to football and the Chiefs. Do you have one of your rants today?
I got a couple in
You do? You're going to tell us why you're mad later?
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Even on Love Day, you're going to do
Oh,
that?
the heck with that. Who
Oh.
cares about Valentine's Day? Let's
No
see.
shots at Valentine's Day.
Wow. All right.
You
good.
got, I
Can't wait for that.
promise you, he ain't thinking about Valentine's.
Oh, okay.
Hip? Please.
No.
He is not thinking about it at all.
Unless it's a heart-shaped gummy, he's not into
Yeah.
He'll be back here with us. Okay, let's get back to what went down in Vegas. So the Kansas City Chiefs